It took me a minute to accept the fact that I got cheated on. I've been cheated on all my life, and there's nothing wrong with me. And if you're like me, who you're constantly thinking as to why do I always get cheated on? One of the worst ways, I believe, as grown men and women who are strong, independent, decent people, who mind your own business, and you actually believe in commitment, it's when you are cheated on, you really don't understand as to why the am I always dealing with cheaters, and the problem is with you. The problem is with me, because many times I've said this, we are so desperate, or we just love so much. Even if you're not desperate, we always feel like everybody is getting into any kind of partnership with us, be it in love or life or friendships, that they have the same purity, the same innocence that we have. Because that's how we've always seen the world, with that lens of innocence, of love. And what pisses me off the most is when the cheater, with how many ever years of fucking around, and then tells you, I realized my mistake. As a man or a woman, suddenly you have a realization. And even if they have a realization, it's when you are in a place where you loved so openly, when you gave your body to somebody so freely, because you're not the type of person who lets people touch you randomly anyways. So if you are somebody now in a phase of your life, before your haters tell me, oh, she a hoe, he's a hoe, fuck them, this is not for them. At last, I'm not paying attention to those people anyways. I don't want to waste my life. You shouldn't. So if you're in a place where you fully love and you've always been double-crossed, and worst is to be cheated on, because it's so sad for someone else to be picked who has a let me put it blatantly, but no, it's you who are a problem, because you become too pure, too innocent, too giving, too wifey-like, too girlfriend-like, too husband-like, whatever it may be. So that's what they want subconsciously, but they can't seem to keep it in their fucking pants. Because when things come easy to people who don't value those things, be it people, objects, anything, they will get up with their own hands. But in relationships, these are the type of people who are immature as so be it money, be it relationships, they can't keep relationships. You already know that. I have decided that I will never be in a place where I am a player's first time. Get this right. And you should always remember that, because subconsciously, I used to feel so good when a player used to tell me he's going to change his ways for me. So I used to feel special. And a player or a playette, low-key, will always attract a player or a playette. So the way those men and women move around, these seasoned players and playettes, is very different. If you come into their life and the way you move around them when they showcase the player tendencies, the way you handle them is very different. The way you handle a player and a playette who's used to being with seduction, being with excessive sex, who's used to excessive attention, who's used to excessive fake shit in the world. If these people come from money, they're used to their fake Chanel, Prada. Anyways, so at the end of the day, when these players and playettes do these little games, there is a way. If you have God's hands on you especially, and if you're a righteous person, they will always show you. But at the end of the day, it's not about figuring out if a cheater is a cheat. If you are a smart man and a smart woman who knows and who've had your fair share of cheats in your life, but that one substantial relationship came about where you had a head on your shoulder, where you had learned through your experience, so you thought. But you know, there's a way where devil will always put obstacles in your path, and God, like I always say, will put tests in your way. Why? Because they also need to see if you've really passed. So when you go through your struggles, your relationships, you've taken your break, you've worked on your mental, you've healed and you are healing, and you think you're in a good place to date again, boom, the devil will send you his son, his daughter. And this time, when you come across a spirit like that, with different pants and skirt, but it's a familiar knowing of how this person is. And today, you may be with a cheat, you may not be with a cheat. I'm not judging you. But there is a familiarity of a feeling when you are with a cheat. And you know that this guy is a player, this woman is a playette, and they don't have any loyalty towards me. But players and playettes, like I always say, they're so good at gaslighting you. They're so good at lying to you. They're so good at getting you wrapped around their fucking finger. And they have their sex game A1 because that's all they have time for. So that's all they do in their free time. So at the end of the fucking day, when we come attached to these type of people, in the past, we got fucked over. Even maybe at present, you're getting fucked over. So we are failing the test. But growth happens while we are failing the test. This time, wherever you are in your relationship with this player, with this playette, who's one for all, you take a step back. If in the past, you would have just gone with it, now you're okay to cut it short. And it's not easy to break away from a player. These people don't value any human emotions. Is because when you get involved with men and women like this who don't have any emotional intelligence anyways, they don't even feel regret for cheating and stuff like that. So while you are with them, or if you are with them, they are not resonating with you. The only thing that resonates with them is what boosts their ego. And if you and I have been in a place where we have really enabled a player or a playette just because they made us feel that we are not good enough for them, because players do that, playettes do that. Subconsciously, they start playing with your head, making you feel like they are the prize and you are easily available. Flip it. When the relationship is over, where are you? You may not be with a man or a woman today as a single man or a single woman, or you may be taken, but now you're in a very healthy fucking relationship. And now when you look back, you really think like, I'm happy that all of this shit happened in the past, because had they not betrayed me the way they did, I would not be able to build the boundaries that I have today. So really understand that where you went wrong in this dynamic with a partner who was a player, because it didn't work with the other playettes and the players, that they made you cry day in, day out. They were the reason why you felt less than about yourself. She was the reason why. He was the reason why. The guy you were with, the girl you were with made you feel like you mean nothing. Had an attitude with you, made you feel less than about you sexually, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, every way possible. So when they return, if they do, you need to really sit and understand as to why is this person coming back to you even. First of all, where is all the men and the women that they cheated on you with now? Are they still in the pipeline? And is this person just coming back just to see if he or she still has a control over you? Because best believe cheaters hate when you move on as a good man, as a wholesome woman, as a good woman. Because cheaters know that they don't have the capacity to ever bag a man or woman with class, with morals like you. But when it comes to you, for you, richness is boundaries. For you, richness is innocence. For you, richness is peace. For you, richness is self-fucking respect. And if you are already with a man or a woman who you know that has player tendencies, have always had player tendencies, and he and she has been proud enough to tell you like, oh, I used to be a player all my life. I used to be a playette all my life, and you are the reason why I want to change my ways. That is the worst place to be taken from. When the cheater not only cheats on you repeatedly, and that's when they don't have any fucking conscience, because that's when they are hell-bent on getting inside this woman, getting inside this man. But for me, it's embarrassing, and it's not on an ego level. It may be on an ego level, at least for me, because I'm too prideful about that shit. But secondly, I'm emotionally very weak when it comes to cheating. Because one of the worst things a man or woman can do to a good man, to an upstanding woman, is comparing you. So that is embarrassing already for us to be side by side with another man or woman who we don't compare ourselves to. We don't like to be compared with anybody. People can mind their own fucking business. And if there is a man or woman who's interested in the man and the man that you are with, how is this man, how is this woman treating them? Is he or she allowing them? And today we understand as to why it didn't work. Because we understand that the character that this person carries is such, and the character we carry is such. So our mentality will never match. Our ideologies will never match. Our value system will never match. And it's never nice emotionally to always walk on eggshells around this man, around this woman, because we know that we've been cheated on. And for me, I would constantly think, am I going to get cheated on again? And if it is somebody who's different physically from me, I'll compare myself. I know myself to her hair, her skin, her body, her money, her looks, everything. Whatever woman it may be. But then again, there's a gray area of people changing. There's a gray area where relationships get affected because of outside third parties. And a lot of things happen while you are in the relationship. As soon as the relationship is over, someone's gone out and found himself another girl. She's found himself another man. So cheating or not, what they do after, before, is nothing on you. But if you're in a place today where you know that you don't have the emotional capacity, mental capacity to be with a cheater, is because you were so emotionally involved and because you were so emotionally righteous and you were so physically present, and they saw a side of you that the world will never see. So when all of that gets tampered, it's not just the cheating bit, it's a sense of self that's blurry. And when this happens, if we are not with somebody who has the same integrity towards the relationship in you, then it's not going to work. And I know you and I have been in places in the past where it's not worked. So today, we look at cheating very objectively. We don't get so emotional about someone cheating on us. Of course, it's very emotional, especially a person like me, because I'm territorial as fuck. I'm not possessive, but I'm territorial. So if someone takes that away from me, then it's a no-go for me, because when I give it all. And I'm very picky with who I give it to. And if you're like that, and if you've been cheated on top of just a person who's righteous, then it's even more harder, because what do you tell your ego? What do you tell yourself? And there's a wound and you're scared. So to get back to somebody, it takes a lot of work. It takes God in your relationship. And when God is in the play, you leave control and give it to God, because the relationship with the cheater that was serious for you, emotions were involved for you. So the timeline of him moving on from you, her moving on from you, is going to be way different than your timeline. You can take years, and then you start getting angry at you as a man or a woman that you wasted your years over a meaningless relationship. Because if a man or woman can just start multiple relationships with multiple men and women while and right after you, it was never for real. And one of the places for you and for you to come to that spot, and for you to come to that place of understanding and acceptance, is going to take time. And so today, you're not broken, you're not jaded,